As I have gone on my journey of growth and aspiring to reach the point where I feel as though I have achieved financial freedom, I have spoken to a lot of different people, and one of the key things that always crops up and is always a key topic that they reference is investing in yourself and simply how important it is. But it is very easy to sit there and say it once you have achieved it. If you are just starting off on that journey, you may be thinking, well, where do I start? What are the skills that I need to be focusing on? And how do I get there? So I'm going to break it down for you in this video. From my perspective, some of the key characteristics and traits that will help you on your journey to making as much money as possible, as quickly as possible. And the first one being having a personal brand. Now, you can never underestimate the power of a strong personal brand. If you look at some of the most well-known people in the world, they all have a very distinctive type of personal brand. And I have talked about a lot of these people in some of my other videos, such as Elon Musk and Steve Jobs. But the person that I wanted to use for this example is a man called Reed Hastings, and he is the co-founder of Netflix, one of the biggest streaming services on the entire planet. And he was able to revolutionize the way in which we watch films and TV shows online. Some of my viewers may not remember this, but back in the day we had a thing called Blockbusters, and we would have to physically go into a store and rent each individual video or DVD when we wanted to watch something different. The fact that he was able to take that concept and that idea and turn it around into a multi-billion-dollar business is amazing. And one of the fundamental things that helped him to get to that point was having a strong personal brand, with the three key pillars of this being innovation, adaptability, and a unique approach to corporate structure culture. Those three things were integral to helping him build the business that he did. And that is why it is so important for you to be able to identify what your personal brand is built on. And you need to make sure that it is authentic to you. You shouldn't be looking at Reed Hastings' personal brand pillars and just copying them and taking them for yourself. Because if they're not really you, then it's not going to work. Someone like Reed Hastings, Steve Jobs, Elon Musk have been so successful because they have been able to effectively communicate and connect with the people that they want to engage with. And they have done this through authenticity. People can tell if you're not being authentic. When you understand this, you will be able to identify the key qualities and traits that you want to be known for and create a personal brand that aligns with this. Then, when you come across people that share the same skills and value sets to you, you'll be able to connect with them effectively, and they will be able to align and identify with you. The next one is seizing the moment, or rather having the ability to seize the moment. Now, if we're honest with ourselves, we sit there and we have multiple thoughts and ideas every single day. Granted, they're probably not unique, but that doesn't matter. What matters is whether you take action on them. And without action, your ideas and your thoughts really mean nothing. And someone may have an amazing idea, but they let themselves be overshadowed by fear, doubt, potential laziness even. And then they choose not to take any action and carry on living their lives the way that they are. A person who is a great example of seizing the moment is Jan Koum, who is the co-founder of WhatsApp. He grew up in poverty and got himself into a position where he was working for Yahoo, at which he had a very comfortable job which paid him a good salary. But he had an idea and he decided to take the risk to quit his job to focus on starting WhatsApp. Naturally, there were a lot of ups and downs. He nearly went bankrupt multiple times, but pushed through and launched the app successfully, then resulting in him selling it to Facebook for $19 billion, which breeds the key lesson that persistence does prevail. There are so many people out there that have less experience than you do. Less skills, less experience, and they're making money from it. The only thing that separates you from them is that they chose to take the chance and they chose to take the risk. There will be so many reasons and signs indicating to you to not give it a go and not take the chance. But you could say that about absolutely everything in this world, which is why it's important that you ignore those small little signs. If it is something that you really want to do it. Don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. The next point is having emotional intelligence and leadership. Emotional intelligence wasn't something that was particularly desired in leaders about 10 years ago. Only in the last 5 years or so has its importance grown and companies recognizing the need for it. And it's really about having a balance of EQ and IQ. Some people could have a great emotional intelligence, but not have a particularly good IQ. And similarly, vice versa. In the modern day world, you really do need to be able to have a balance of these two things in order to continue to be successful. Jacinda Ardern, who was the New Zealand Prime Minister between 2017 and 2023, is a great example of someone that had great EQ and IQ, and she gained worldwide recognition for her leadership style. She was known for being empathetic and compassionate, particularly when she was managing some very difficult situations during her tenure, such as the White Island volcano eruption in 2019. On the flip side, she was very level-headed and a really strong communicator through those tough moments, really managing crisis effectively and making tough decisions. It's a very hard thing to balance, and I am naturally very much someone that has a strong EQ and can let it overwhelm my IQ sometimes, because I very much feel for the people that I'm working with or talking to and want to make sure that they are as looked after and happy as possible. And when you're in a senior position where you are both managing people but also managing business and being responsible for delivering money and sales, you do have to have a balance of the two. And it's something that I have actively worked on probably for as long as I can remember. And then finally, being able to market yourself effectively. Now, the concept of marketing and sales is something that normally is very much aligned to the business world. Although if you actually think about it, so much of your life is circled around the art of persuading, communicating, and getting someone to do something for you that you want. You have to be able to understand how you can sell yourself or sell an idea or sell something to another person. And if you think about it, in most days and many situations, you're probably in a position where you have to use some form of persuasion or selling. For example, it could be something as simple as convincing your friend or partner to watch a TV show that you want to watch, or having something for dinner that you really fancy that they may not. Key to being able to effectively market and sell something really is by communicating clearly, keeping it simple. You need to have a strong message and set yourself apart. This really can be the make or break of you getting the outcome that you want. And I have seen it so many times on the TV show Dragon's Den that we have in the UK, or the equivalent of Shark Tank in the US. It's probably equally as important for an investor to be able to invest into the person as well as the idea. You can't just have one or the other. And I have seen some amazing products, in my opinion, not get investment because they've not been able to sell themselves to the investors. I've really found that these types of skills have enabled me to get further in life, be more successful, and get to where I desire to go. They're not something that you will be able to achieve overnight, but with some perseverance and some positivity, there's no reason why you can't achieve it. If you enjoyed this video, I think you might enjoy the one I've linked on my screen now, 4 money beliefs that I dropped to triple my income. I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you in the next video.